Hello students, open your textbook page number 157. Today we are going to study diseases spread by insects and animals. So in last video we had learned about communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases, airborne diseases, waterborne diseases. So today our point is diseases spread by insects and animals. So in our surrounding they are having different insects and different animals. From these animals and insects, some diseases are spread that we are going to study in this point. So some diseases such as malaria, dengue and yellow fever are spread by the bite of mosquitoes. So many diseases are spread by the mosquitoes. When a mosquito bites a person suffering from these diseases, it sucks the blood of the infected person and becomes a carrier of the microbes of the diseases. Correct? Because of the mosquito, because of the mosquito, diseases like malaria, dengue, and yellow fever are spread in the surroundings. So how these diseases are spread? So when mosquito bites a person, that person suffering from the diseases, and when the mosquito bites that person, the mosquito sucks the blood from that infected person, and mosquito became a carrier of the microbes of these diseases. Correct? When that mosquito bites a healthy person, these microbes are transmitted to him or her. Okay? मतलब क्या करते हैं, मॉस्किटो जो पर्सन है उनको मलेरिया हुआ है, जब उनको मॉस्किटो बाइट करते हैं, काटते हैं, तो उनका ब्लड सक करते हैं. ओके, तो दैट टाइम मॉस्किटो बिकम अ कैरियर ऑफ द microbes or virus. Okay, so and when again that same mosquito bites to the healthy person, then that infected blood is microbes transfer into that healthy person, and that healthy person also infected by the diseases like malaria, dengue and the yellow fever. Okay, so like this way these diseases are spread by the insects. So animals such as rats, dogs and monkeys also spread diseases. All of you know rats is also eating our skin. Okay, dogs also biting, and then monkeys also. So some diseases also spread by these different animals. Diseases such as a bubonic plague can be spread by rats carrying germs. So plague disease is spread by the rats. Rabies is caused by the bite of rabid dog or monkey. So all of you know rabies disease is also caused by the monkey and the dog. Okay, and some diseases spread by insects and animals, their symptoms and the microbes causing these diseases are listed in the following table. So student, look at in the table, they're having some diseases that are spread by the animals and the insect, and symptoms, and the symptoms are also given in that table. So first is the malaria. This is malaria. Symptoms are fever, headache, shivering and vomiting. When you also infected by the malaria disease, then what are the symptoms of that malaria? Fever, headache, shivering and vomiting, and caused by protozoa and transmitted by mosquito. Correct? So the malaria is spread by which insect? Mosquito insects. Then turn the page. Next disease is dengue. Dengue symptoms are high fever, severe headache, pain behind the eyes, muscle and joint pains, and dengue caused by virus and transmitted by mosquito. Means dengue also spread by the mosquito. Then next is the chikungunya. Symptoms are severe joint pain, headache, vomiting, weakness, and caused by a virus and transmitted by again mosquitoes. Then last is rabies. Rabies symptoms are flu-like symptoms initially. After 12 weeks, severe dysfunction, anxiety and abnormal behavior and caused by virus and transmitted by mainly dogs. So rabies disease is spread by dogs. Okay, so all of you know, after biting of dog, doctors are giving some injections to us to stop the spreading of the viruses in our body. So student, these are the diseases that are caused by animals and insect. Next point is diseases spread through direct contact. Diseases spread through direct contact. Some diseases spread when we come into direct contact with the patient or with clothing or other articles used by the patient. For example, chickenpox, whooping cough and ringworm. Okay, so these chickenpox, whooping cough and ringworm, these diseases are spread by the direct contact with that infected person. All of you know, when in your class, when any student is infected by chickenpox, then teachers are telling that person, don't come in the school for the 1 week. Correct? Why? Because if other student that will come in that infected student, then that student also affected by that disease. Okay, whooping cough. All of you know, when coughing is there, that time also we are keeping handkerchief on our mouth and the nose. Why? Because whooping cough, this disease is also spread by the direct contact. Okay, so student, you have to also take care that when you also affected by chickenpox or whooping cough, that time don't come in contact with other person. Don't use the other person's clothes, correct? Or don't use that clothes that are used by that patient. So these are the diseases that spread through the direct contact with that patient or direct contact with that infected person. Next point is childhood diseases. So some diseases are having in our body, that are present in our body from our childhood. There are some diseases that normally occur during childhood. On infection, the body develops natural immunity against the diseases. Because of the immunity developed, the same diseases may not occur again. Measles, chickenpox, mumps and diphtheria, these are the name of the childhood diseases. So during the childhood we have some allergies. Okay, and because of allergies we are also infected by that diseases. But after the develop of our natural develop of our body, we get the immunity power to fight against that diseases. Okay, so measles, chickenpox, mumps and diphtheria, these are name of the childhood diseases. Measles is highly contagious disease caused by virus. German measles is also caused by virus, but it is a mild infection. Okay, so these are the different childhood diseases. But these diseases also will stop after when our body mature or when our body develops. Then our immunity power also increase to fight against that diseases. Then next point is prevention of communicable disease. Then prevention means what? Which care you have to take to prevent the communicable diseases. So the spread of communicable disease can be checked by the following measures. First, the patient should be kept isolated as far as possible till she is completely cured. If any person infected by communicable disease, so that person or that patient that will be isolated as for the 1 week or some days up to that person or that patient completely cured. When now also we know that when any person infected by the coronavirus, so that person also have to isolate themselves for 1 week. Okay, up to that person completely cured. मतलब हमें जब कभी कोई कम्युनिकेबल डिजीज होता है तो हमें खुद को क्या करना है, हमको खुद को आइसोलेटेड करना है, हमें एक रूम में अलग रहना है जब तक हमारा जो डिजीज है वो क्योर नहीं होता. सेम लाइक एज अ कोरोना वायरस. तो कोरोना वायरस जिन पर्सन्स को होते हैं उनको भी गवर्नमेंट अभी आइसोलेटेड होने के लिए बोलते हैं 1 वीक के लिए, तब तक जब तक वो क्योर नहीं होते. ओके. सेकेंड, items used by patients such as towels and utensils should be kept separately. If any person is infected by communicable disease, so that persons that patients or that person's towels, then dish and other utensil, that should be kept separately. The patient should be kept in a room that has sufficient sunlight and fresh air. The surroundings should be kept clean. The floor of the sick room should be kept clean and mopped with a disinfectant. Toilets and bathroom must also be disinfected. That person's toilet, bathroom should be disinfected, means should be sanitized, and the floor of that sick room persons should be kept clean and mopped with the disinfectant. Okay, so this care we have to take if any persons that will be affected by any communicable disease. Next is the water that we drink should be boiled, filtered and kept in clean vessel that should be kept covered. Okay, the water that we are drinking, we have to boil our drinking water, then filter and kept clean in the clean vessel and should be covered that water regularly. Then stagnant water must be drained and insecticides such as DDT must be sprayed to keep mosquito and breeding. Stagnant water means dirty water that are thrown from our bathrooms and toilet, that should be on that water should be used or sprayed some insecticide like DDT powder. Okay, and why? Because when we are spreading or using that insecticide or DDT powder, then there will not form of